沈むように溶けてゆくように二人だけの空が広がる夜に
Kuzureta by Senna and More is a 2.1 mega collab for the Reta series, which consists of Wazureta, Koureta, and Kuzureta. Before we begin, let me just tell the story of how I even started playing Kuzureta to begin with, cause it was kinda weird. So basically, back in May 2025, I started playing my first ever extreme demon called Pumped Up Kicks, which was a 4-minute top 900 at the time. After only playing the level for a few days, I would end up fluking from 47% all the way to 99%, dying to a nerve triple spike. This death was so sad for me that I just gave up on the entire level and wanted to go for something else. That was when I stumbled across the famous level Blade of Justice. Blade of Justice looked like a perfect new extreme to play, with a lot of cool gameplay such as the duel and UFO. So I started playing Blade of Justice at the beginning of June 2025, even though my hardest back then was Crazy 3, and Blade of Justice was a top 400 extreme. After 2 months of hard work on Blade of Justice, I would end up selling the way I did with Pumped Up Kicks and dying at 97%. I was absolutely heartbroken and thought this was the end of Blade of Justice, and even though I tried my hardest to beat it, it never happened. After I gave up on Blade of Justice, I started looking for other extremes to play. But then I found ICDX, the top 1 extreme demon back in 2014, now downgraded to an insane demon. I could beat this easily, right? Yeah, I actually could. So. And after I beat ICDX in late August, I found Kuzureta. Kuzureta looked absolutely crazy with fast-paced gameplay and high CPS throughout the entire level. But I still loved everything about it, right? Except for the song. And that's pretty much how I started playing Kuzureta back in August 2025 as a jump from ICDX. So the first part of Kuzureta is actually pretty chill. The only bad things are the first click, which I died to a lot, but it didn't really matter because it's the first click. At 5% we have a little fun UFO part, and it's cool, I guess. I don't think there's much more to cover in this part. I mean, the rest is pretty straightforward, so let's move on. In the second part here, it gets a little faster, but again, it's pretty chill. The only things that I don't really like is the 14% ship, cause it's a little tight. The other thing is the green orb transition into the ship right before the pre-drop. But come on, the glow in this part looks cool as fuck, not gonna lie, so yeah. Pretty nice part, yeah. Well, now for the pre-drop. While the wave looks absolutely impossible, it's not actually that bad. When I first played Kuzureta from zero and tried making it to the drop, I just couldn't do it a single time. It was like every time I got to the pre-drop, I instantly died at either this release at 18% or this goddamn mini wave at 19%. And then when I finally got through the wave part, then there's a fucking dumb cube click at 20%. But of course, when you play a level more and more, you get more consistent with it, and that's exactly what happened. And after a few weeks of consistent practice, I would get more and more consistent with it, and I would almost every time get through the wave part. And when I got so consistent with it, it was actually not that bad again. And because I got so consistent with it, I actually found it very fun. Now, time for the drop! I don't know why I hyped this up like that. This part sucks. This part has a lot of problems actually, and it might be the hardest part of the entire level, just because of how awkward some of the clicks are. So the first major problem is the first 2 clicks of the drop basically, and I'm of course talking about this wave. I just found it so inconsistent just because both structures at the top and the bottom one moves up while you're in a 4x speed wave, so you don't really have time to see where to click, you just gotta know it. Oh, and also like 2 milliseconds before that wave, the entire screen just flashes black for no fucking reason, and it makes it even harder. But again, this is something that will get more consistent the more you practice it. And that it's a little chill for some gravity change and dash orbs and stuff, but then the worst UFO ever created comes out of nowhere. So basically, all you have to do is just click the UFO so it flies into the slope here. When it goes down past the slope, click as early as possible to enter the upside down portal, where you click almost immediately so you're able to click the blue orb inside of the cube portal. But it is so much worse than it looks. The part where you go to click down to get back from the again up for the slope, this click, I sometimes just hit the slope again, and then I of course die. It's just so annoying. The 28% blue orb is so fucking bad. The 32% mini wave is really fucking bad. I genuinely don't understand why I died there so many times. Like, this is one of the only parts in the level I just never got consistent with. I mean, just look at this. But yeah, the first job, man, it's really fucking hard. So this part is actually so much more fun once you get consistent with it. Not much to say about the first UFO part, cause it's really fucking easy. The wave at the end is so satisfying getting through, but it's also a bit tricky. Again, not that much to talk about, so let's move on. The only thing to talk about here is the 42% mini wave. I mean, it's a little annoying first, but I got pretty consistent with it over time. Alright, my favorite part. This part is, in my opinion, the second hardest part of the entire level because of three major things. The first being the 0.4 second duel. The clicks are just very tight. The second thing is the green orb right here, which I fucking hate. But actually it's not even the green orb that's bad. It's the saw right below. You have to click the black orb here as early, or else you will die to the saw. I died there so many times. Oh my god. And if these choke points here weren't enough, there's an insanely hard wave right after the green orb. But once you get the part, it's very satisfying, and that's why it's my favorite. This is kinda made actually. I would love this part so much if it wasn't for the three clicks at 56% and 57%. They are so tight compared to anything else in the level. And if that wasn't enough, when you click the blue orb for just a little too late, there's a slope right here that will launch you up into spikes. I don't really know if it's a bug or if it was on purpose, but either way, it was so fucking annoying. I died to that many times as well. I really like this part. This part is really fun and satisfying. The first section here into the wave, this wave here in the UFO. This part might be my favorite part based on looks. It looks so cool, mostly because it's a lot brighter than any other part in the level. And then we have the last ship into the last two green orbs, and bam! That's it. That's Kuzureta. Wow, a cherry tree! So for chapter 2, I'm gonna show every new best I got on Kuzureta. So the first time I ever took a break from Kuzureta was in October 2025. I just wanted to play something else for a while, so I didn't play Kuzureta for basically the whole month. Instead I played Final Destination. But then, December 1st, 2025, I would end up getting 76% on Kuzureta.
no, no, oh my god.
And that was the first time I ever got to the final part of the level. So I thought that I would beat it in like a couple of days. But it didn't really go as planned. For the rest of December I would not get any progress at all. Not a new best, not a new good run, not even an attempt past 60%. But then in early January something insane happened. For like 2 days I played the extreme demon called Idols, which was a level I always wanted to beat, but never really played it. So I played it for 2 days, just wanting to get like a couple good runs on it, but nothing too insane. But then on day 2, one of the craziest things ever happened to me. I first got 64% out of nowhere, but then a couple minutes later, I did this.
What? Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? What the fuck?
I wasn't supposed to beat Idols. I beat it on accident. I wanted Kuzureta to be my first extreme demon, but because I ruined it by beating Idols, I would go on to beat some other extreme demons such as Shugofugu and Blade of Justice, that I dropped back in June actually. And then in mid-January, update 2.208 dropped for Geometry Dash, which meant every mod and stuff got down. I didn't want to downgrade my GD for some reason, cause I believed that Geo would update like any day. We all know that didn't happen. So for a whole month, I basically didn't play Kuzureta. The reason being that I couldn't use the song Into the Night, cause I didn't have jukebox and I don't want to change with the files and stuff, So for a whole month again, I didn't play Kuzureta. But that was until late February when Geode finally came back. When Geode came back, I set up all the mods so I could play Kuzureta like normal again.
Automatically.
What? What?
Whoa, where'd you die?
What? I got dropped to 100 on Kuzureta, what the fuck?
You got dropped to 100?
Yeah.
Holy.
What?
Holy crap. Dude, is that your first time doing that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
The first ever day back playing Kuzureta, I got dropped to 100. What I didn't know was this was just the beginning of the craziest days in my entire GD career.
What? No! Oh my god, no! What the fuck?
Finally, a new best on Kuzureta after almost 3 months. But it didn't stop there.
What?
A new best again. This was outrageous. How did I just get the craziest runs on Kuzureta after not playing the level for a whole month? Unfortunately, I didn't get any progress the next day, but it didn't really matter cause this was what happened the next day.
Yo, oh my god!
Let's get.
Oh my god.
I beat Kuzureta!
Let's go, bro.
Oh my god! Oh my god!